The office was silent, except for the faint hum of the overhead lights. Everyone had gone home hours ago, but I couldn't leave. The stack of paperwork in front of me was tedious, but tonight, I had a feeling it would be anything but ordinary. Then I heard it, the soft click of her heels against the polished floor. My CEO, also my landlady, appeared in the doorway, her sharp suit outlining curves I could no longer ignore. "Still working?" she asked, voice low, teasing. Her eyes flicked to the papers I'd been pretending to care about, then back at me. Something in her gaze tonight was different, dangerous, intoxicating. Before I could respond, she stepped closer, the subtle scent of her perfume wrapping around me like a warm, forbidden embrace. "You know," she whispered, leaning over my shoulder, "you work too hard. Don't you need a break?" I nodded, though I wasn't sure I understood what kind of break she meant. Then, in a move so sudden I couldn't react, she pressed me gently against the edge of the desk, her hands firm, controlling, but not unkind. I was pinned, trapped by her confidence, her power, and strangely, by desire. "You don't have to fight," she murmured, her lips brushing my ear. "Not tonight." I froze, my heart pounding, every nerve alive with electricity. She leaned back slightly, just enough to let me breathe, but her gaze held me captive. "You're far too tense," she said, brushing her fingers along the edge of my collar. "Let me help you relax." Her voice alone was hypnotic. The way she moved, deliberate, confident, made every rational thought slip away. I could barely remember why I was even sitting here, buried in spreadsheets and office memos. "You think I'm just your CEO," she whispered, brushing her thumb along my jawline. "But tonight I'm something else." Her lips hovered near mine for a fraction of a second, teasing, testing. I shivered, the anticipation unbearable. She pressed closer again, and this time I didn't pull back. How could I? Every fiber of me wanted this, even if a small part of my mind screamed caution. Then, almost teasingly, she guided me down under the desk, the shadows swallowing us. "Here," she whispered. "Nobody can see us. Just you and me." Her hands trailed across my shoulders, and a thrill shot through me. The power dynamic, it was intoxicating, irresistible. I felt pinned against her, unable to move, yet completely at ease. Every inch of me was aware of her. The scent of her perfume, the warmth of her skin, the teasing brush of her lips against my ear. "Do you trust me?" she asked softly. "Yes," I breathed, though my voice shook. Her lips finally met mine, slow, deliberate, and igniting a fire I didn't know I had. The kiss deepened, her tongue tracing teasing patterns that made me gasp and melt against her. Hours passed, or maybe minutes. Time no longer mattered. She guided me through every movement, every touch, exploring my reactions with a mix of dominance and tenderness that left me breathless. "You're beautiful," she murmured between kisses, her fingers brushing my hair back. And so responsive. I couldn't help myself. I leaned into her, craving more, every nerve screaming for contact. Her hands roamed with purpose, her touch igniting sparks across my skin. The desk, once a barrier of professionalism, became our private stage. "See," she whispered, pressing her forehead against mine, "you don't have to pretend with me. Not here. Not ever." Her words melted away any hesitation. I felt bold, alive, free. The office became a world of its own. Shadows, whispered moans, soft laughter as our closeness grew. She was gentle when she needed to be, commanding when she wanted, and I followed willingly, lost in the sensation of being wanted so completely. Every brush of her fingers, every heated glance, made me ache for more. "You like this, don't you?" she teased, brushing her lips along my collarbone. "Yes," I admitted, breathless. "I want more." Her lips curved into a triumphant smile. "Then you'll have it," she whispered, pulling me closer, pressing me firmly against her. Time blurred as we moved together, discovering each other in ways that were thrilling, forbidden, yet deeply romantic. Her whispers, her soft laughter, her confident touch, everything about her drew me in deeper. Just when I thought I couldn't be more overwhelmed, she pulled back slightly, her eyes sparkling mischievously. "Do you want to know a secret?" she asked, her voice low and teasing. "Yes," I breathed, desperate to hear. "I've been waiting for tonight," she admitted. "Waiting for the moment when you'd stop pretending, when you'd let yourself feel everything." My heart skipped a beat. "Why me?" I asked, almost whispering. "Because you're mine," she said simply, her tone softening yet firm. "And I've been patient long enough." She guided me to the large office window, the city lights shimmering outside, reflecting in her eyes. "Look at us," she said softly, "locked away from the world. Just you, me, and this moment." The boldness of the moment, the secrecy, the intimacy, the forbidden thrill, made every sensation sharper. I leaned into her, craving the warmth, the safety, the intensity of her presence. "Don't ever think you can resist me," she teased, pressing her lips to mine again. I shivered, melting against her touch. "I don't want to," I whispered. We moved back to the desk, this time slower, savoring each touch, each gasp. Every kiss, every whispered word, felt like a promise, of desire, of connection, of passion neither of us could deny. "Tonight isn't just a lesson," she murmured. "It's a beginning." I smiled against her lips, heart racing. "Then teach me everything," I breathed. Her laughter was soft, sultry, and victorious. She pulled me close, wrapping her arms around me, our bodies pressed together. In the quiet office, under the dim light, we explored a connection that was bold, passionate, and intensely romantic. Pinned beneath her, controlled yet cherished, I realized something profound. Desire wasn't just physical. It was trust, it was intimacy, it was surrender. And I had given myself willingly, completely, to the one person who made me feel alive in every sense. The first rays of sunlight crept through the blinds, painting the office in gold. She held me close, her forehead resting against mine. "Morning," she whispered, soft but commanding. I smiled, breathless, tangled in her arms. "Morning," I replied, feeling the afterglow of a night I would never forget. "You know," she said with a playful glint, "you work late often, but I think you'll want to stay after hours from now on." I laughed softly, heart full, mind buzzing. And as the office doors opened to the new day, I knew one thing for certain. I had found something bold, passionate, and undeniably mine.